So when I first started teaching Sunday school, I was teaching Sunday school as I was young. I was in seminary, but I was young. I was very green. And people would sometimes reference Bible stories that didn't automatically click in my brain what the story was. Because in case you didn't know, the Bible's got like a lot of stories. Like there's a lot of stuff that happens between Genesis and Revelation. And so I was new, and I mean, I'd grown up, but I didn't grow up in a church that had really put a lot of emphasis on a lot of Bible teaching,
expository preaching.
So I mean, a lot of times I was learning as I was going early on, and so I'm teaching, and I'm in a Sunday school class, and and my mother, God bless her. She said something about the she-bears. Well, if you're not familiar with the she-bears, it's the reference to the young men who called Elijah baldy.
Going up bald head.
Yeah, and God sent the bears to kill, and it wasn't like they were little boys. It wasn't like
King James, they're not called female bears. They are referred to as
she-bears. Well, I had
tear 40 and 2 of the children, according to the King James Version.
I'd never heard it called that. I'd never heard it called the she-bear story. So my mother, not trying to put me on blast, just said, well, that's like, whatever I was talking about, she goes, well, that reminds me of the she-bears. And I said, the what?
The who?
Because I thought it was like a story from her childhood. I didn't know what she was talking about. Well, the lady who was in the class was known for being quite outspoken. She did not obey 1 Corinthians 14. She was not quiet in church. And this lady says, I don't know if I want to be in a class where the Sunday school teacher don't know the story of the she-bears.
I mean, that is actually in 1 Timothy 3, the list of pastoral qualifications.
That's right. You better know about them she-bears. I was so embarrassed. I wanted to die. My mother felt bad because she didn't.
She set you up.
But she was like, I didn't know you didn't know. That made me feel worse.
So parents, the lesson from this is if you think your child will end up in the pastorate one day, make sure you include the she-bears in your bedtime Bible stories.
Yes.
So to make it better, when I went to seminary, which we just talked about going to Southern Seminary, in preaching class, we had to choose an Old Testament passage and a New Testament passage. And I chose, foolishly now, but I chose to preach through the passage of the she-bears in honor of you and your she-bear story.
I love that so much. I love it.
There were hundreds saved when I preached it right there at seminary.
That's right.